Imagine stepping through a grand gate and into a garden that feels like a secret world in the heart of Paris. The noise of the city fades away. Ahead, wide paths stretch between rows of trees, fountains bubble gently, statues stand proudly, as if they've been watching for centuries. People sit on green metal chairs around quiet ponds. Some are reading books, some are talking, and some are just enjoying the sunshine. This peaceful place is the Jardin des Tuileries, one of the oldest and most famous gardens in Paris. The Jardin des Tuileries is a beautiful public garden that sits between the Louvre Museum and the Place de la Concorde. It is named after the Tuileries Palace that once stood nearby, and the word Tuileries comes from tuile, which means tile in French, because this area used to be a place where tiles were made. The garden was first created in 1564 by Queen Catherine de' Medici, the widow of King Henry II. She wanted a special garden for her new royal palace, so she hired designers to create something elegant and beautiful. The early garden had fountains, trees, and even a zoo with animals like goats and deer. Over the years, it was changed and improved by different kings and queens who wanted to make it more grand. In the 1600s, King Louis XIV, who loved beautiful buildings and gardens, asked his famous gardener, André Le Nôtre, to redesign the Tuileries. Le Nôtre was the same gardener who designed the gardens at the Palace of Versailles. He gave the Tuileries a more formal look, with straight paths, trimmed hedges, and large pools of water. It became one of the first public parks in Paris, a place where people could walk, talk, and enjoy nature together. For hundreds of years, the Jardin des Tuileries has been a place where history and daily life meet. Kings and queens once rode through its paths in horse-drawn carriages. Artists like Claude Monet and Camille Pissarro painted scenes of the garden. Writers sat under the trees and imagined their next great story. Even today, the garden remains full of life. There are many things to see and do in the Tuileries. Large fountains sparkle in the sun, and children often sail little wooden boats across the water. Statues of gods, goddesses, and heroes stand tall among the trees, and modern sculptures are mixed in with the old. The garden also has small cafes where you can eat ice cream, sip hot chocolate, or enjoy a tasty French treat. Throughout the seasons, the garden changes its colors and feeling. In spring, pink and white blossoms fill the air. In summer, flowers bloom in bright reds, yellows, and blues. In autumn, the leaves turn gold and fall gently to the ground. And in winter, the trees are bare, but the quiet beauty of the garden is still there. One special part of the garden is the round pond near the middle. This is where children love to run and play. Around it are green chairs that anyone can use. People sit and chat, sketch pictures, or simply relax and look at the sky. You might see pigeons walking nearby or ducks swimming across the pond. At one end of the garden is the Louvre Museum, home to famous works of art like the Mona Lisa. At the other end is the Place de la Concorde with its giant Egyptian obelisk and fountains. You can see the Eiffel Tower in the distance and the Arc de Triomphe if you look down the long avenue. The garden connects all of these places like a ribbon, tying together the heart of Paris. Even though the Tuileries Palace was destroyed in the 1800s, the garden has remained. It has been carefully kept for everyone to enjoy. Today, both Parisians and visitors from around the world walk its paths. It is free to enter, and it belongs to the people. The Jardin des Tuileries reminds us that beauty, nature, and art can all live together in the middle of a big, modern city. It is a place where the past meets the present and where anyone can feel at home. Whether you are visiting for the first time or returning to a favorite spot, the garden welcomes you with open arms.